welcome and thank you for joining us today. My name is John Burry. I'm Director of Tetra Tech's Post-Disaster Programs within the Tetra Tech Disaster Recovery Business Unit. I am located here in Houston, Texas, as many of you may be preparing for Go Texan, although a little bit different from past history, previous years. I certainly think it is very unique to our city and something that the city gathers around on and support. We're excited to have you here today and learn about our disaster recovery practices and job opportunities that are available for college students that are starting out in their career. I myself started out in the disaster recovery business and have grown within our organization. This is an exciting field and one that is something that's challenging yet rewarding. Today we have a panel of disaster recovery experts here to speak to you to introduce our work, the skills that we look for when we are recruiting, and current job opportunities that are available within our team in the Houston area. In addition, you'll also get to hear from some alumni from colleges in and around the Houston area and see how they've grown within Tetra Tech since graduation. Thank you for your interest in working with us, and we're excited to support your journey on a career path that makes a difference. First up is Christina Hendrick.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to just introduce myself first. I'm Christina Hendrick. I'm a Deputy Director of Post-Disaster Programs. And so at Tetra Tech, that means I oversee activities that follow natural disasters. So in order to help communities recover as quickly as possible, as well as prepare for future disasters. We are an incredibly large company, as you'll see here. We lead projects in 120 countries and around the world. And we're one of the top ranked firms in a multitude of disciplines that you see here on this slide. Like consulting, environment, water, and more. On the next slide here, you're going to see that Tetra Tech supports critical projects. Around the world, we focus on water, sustainability, energy, technology, and disaster recovery. So we have endless opportunities to pursue things that you also are passionate about. So for water, we design solutions to manage quality and quantity of water supplies. We design sustainable solutions for infrastructure, because we have pressing global challenges that we're currently facing. And we are planning and designing the next generation of power. That's solar and wind to geothermal and hydropower. Our teams are pioneering technologies like artificial intelligence and advanced data analytics. So we want to help create strong and resilient communities to work through disasters, prepare for disasters, and recover from disasters. So we're excited to talk a little bit more about that. On our next slide here, we are, this is what I am passionate about, and for the team that you're going to hear from today, is that we're first on the scene. So whether it's a hurricane, an ice storm, a tornado, or even COVID-19, Tetra Tech teams are first on the ground to help communities recover after a disaster strike. So for the last 25 years, we've been helping with every major disaster. Rebuilding communities and repairing these communities. So a large part of our work is to get the funding that you need to prepare for and recover from disasters. So we help our clients work with complicated federal funding agencies to repair homes, rebuild the infrastructure, and just get them back to normal life as quickly and efficiently as possible. So as I mentioned, we support all types of emergency response activities. So that's maybe repairing an entire electrical grid after a tornado, rebuilding homes after hurricanes, facilitating insurance payments where there's hazardous trees that have been left on individuals' property after extreme winds, or administering emergency grant funding to households who've been struggling to pay rent so that we can assist them during the pandemic. On the next slide, I want to talk a little bit about our passion. So this is an overview, and you're going to hear from some of our team, as John stated, later on where they kind of fit in and where possibly you may fit in. But this is, an overview of how we've been helping communities recover from disaster. So if any of this sounds like something that you're interested in, if you want to provide positive change in your community, this is the way to actually see the result of the work that you do. So we have team members with a wide range of skill sets. They come from diverse backgrounds, and we're looking to grow that team so we can get the job done. Our team includes people with financial backgrounds who support accounting and invoicing. We have project management professionals who set our schedules, our project plans, and help grow our staff like yourselves. We're looking for data managers who can help gather information to report back to our clients and arm them with the information they need to report out to their constituents. We have public policy specialists. They interpret bills, policies, legislation. Communication specialists. They're directly engaging with individuals and communities in these times of crisis. Environmental specialists who monitor and measure the impacts on the environment, and logistics analysts that ensure our teams have the resources that they need when they're actually out in the field working with individuals that have been impacted. So this is just, believe it or not, a very short list of the type of talent that we're looking for. Right now, our current opportunity focuses on public communications and customer service. So Britta's going to actually tell you more about what we're looking for right now.
All right, welcome. Thanks, Christina. My name is Brenna Miner, and I started with Tetra Tech in 2020 after about 13 years of working with the Community Development Block Grant Program, FEMA programs, and other federal disaster funded programs. Recently, I've been working with our Tetra Tech clients as they navigate the COVID-19 pandemic, in addition to working on mitigation and disaster recovery related projects across the country. It's great to have you here to learn more about the unique opportunities that Tetra Tech has to offer. So currently, our team is ramping up our operations for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. This is a federally funded program. It's administered by the U.S. Treasury, and it provides financial assistance to households that can't pay their rent or utilities due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm sure that's familiar to everyone. Our operations span the country, and so we're establishing centralized hubs where we will manage incoming calls related to the program, applications, and the eligibility reviews associated with the applications that we receive. This team will be the main point of contact for thousands of households who have been affected by the pandemic and are applying for assistance for help with their rent payments and utility payments. So our team will work with applicants, try to understand their financial situation, help them determine if they're eligible for this funding, and then usher them through the process of applying for and then receiving the assistance. Right now, we're looking for candidates for 3 main positions. Those are lead eligibility specialists, and customer service specialists. So lead eligibility specialists supervise the team that's doing eligibility review. They're the first point of contact when the team has questions about determining whether people are eligible for this assistance. Eligibility specialists are very detail-oriented analysts who can review these applications, check documentation that's been submitted by the households, and make recommendations about whether the application should be eligible for funding. And our customer service specialists speak with the applicants to determine what kind of assistance they need and whether their case needs to be taken to an eligibility specialist for review. All right, next. So our team has worked on nearly every major disaster in the last 25 years. Like Christina said, we've been doing this for a long time, and we're always looking for new people to join our team. We post our positions on LinkedIn, Facebook, and the Tetra Tech Career Portal, so you'll know whenever there are new positions available. In addition to that, you can sign up to be part of our talent directory. The URL is listed on this slide, and you can subscribe to direct updates about new postings and also create your professional profile so Tetra Tech recruiters can access it. So once you're part of our team, a door really opens to you for endless opportunities. If you come in at an entry-level position, we're focused on skill development and helping you grow within the company. Like Christina has said, our team has many different skills, and our work helps to quickly build capacity in areas like communicating with our clients, working directly with the public, effectively managing large amounts of data, and thinking critically about finances. So you can choose to grow within our disaster recovery practice or shift your career into Tetra Tech's other focus areas. Whichever path you choose to take, we believe a career with Tetra Tech will allow you to learn, grow, and evolve your career. So upcoming, we have a few alumni from the Houston area who want to tell you about their professional journey with Tetra Tech, and I'm looking forward to hearing their stories.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is DeRay Freeman, and I am currently working here at Tetra Tech as a public assistant consultant and site inspector. But before I elaborate on those positions, let me just give you a little bit about my journey here. So I'm a graduate of Texas Southern University, go Tigers, in my home state, Houston, Texas, where I'm also currently stationed here for work. I majored in finance and I minored in public assistance. Not sure if that's an actual minor choice, but it's what I like to do in my spare time. I like to help out the community and I like to, do things within my community, not just anybody else's. That's what led me to Tetra Tech. Post graduation, I was looking for a sustainable job somewhere where I can really grow within the company, because before I got to Tetra Tech, it's been like a bunch of internships and just little minor job that I can have while I was still in school. So post graduation, I had a few bad luck, few attempts trying to get a job, and it didn't happen. And a friend, he reached out and said, "Hey man, you like doing things within the community. This disaster just hit, Hurricane Harvey, and Tetra Tech is nearby with some positions open. It's like you might enjoy this position." I had no clue what disaster recovery was at the time. Didn't know what a site inspection was at the time. But, I took a chance. I took a risk, not just with the company, but on myself. And so I got in and I did my interview. And shortly after the interview, I got a call saying, "Hey, we really liked you. We would like for you to come aboard and be a part of the team." And so I got a part of the team, not knowing anything. And my first assignment was site inspections. I had no clue what a site inspection was. If you want to know what a site inspection is, it's basically when cities or communities get hit by a disaster and you have these water plants, you have schools, you have the police departments, all these places, most of them get impacted. You have, bad pipes, ceiling tiles may be dripping, floors, carpet, you name it. If it's damaged, I, as a site inspector, I'm to go there and get all this information down. And so I started doing it. Classes like my accounting and information systems really prepared me for this, because, I had to learn how to use Excel and build spreadsheets. And you got a whole bunch of quantities and measurements and everything that you have to keep up with. But, this is what college prepared me for. This is what these classes prepared me to do. And so I started to do this and really show my leadership, show that I knew how to use Excel spreadsheets and knew how to write and talk to people. And this is where I really started to flourish within the company. They started to see my leadership and my talents really stand out. And I started to lead multiple teams across multiple projects for Tetra Tech. And I've been able to do something that I really love, and that's travel. I've been able to travel to Florida. I've been able to travel to Georgia, and I even been able to travel to Puerto Rico, which I really love, by the way. But this is where I went to go help in their disaster recovery efforts. And I started to really take in the experience and just learn and grow within this company. And right now I'm currently working on COVID-19 efforts for the city of Houston. And I'm also starting my 4th year with the company. Right now, Tetra Tech is the longest term company that I've been with so far. Like I said, because of school and things like that, I couldn't really keep a job because, I had to be on a college schedule. Once I was finished and got with Tetra Tech, I've been with them since then, and I have literally grown. If not every month, every other month, and every year I've grown within Tetra Tech. Just continue to take in knowledge and share knowledge as well. It's a very sustainable job and great opportunity, not just for me, but for you too. You can come here and not know much and take that all in and then grow rapidly. And that's my story. Now I'm going to pass it off to Sapna so she can tell her story.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, DeRay. I've actually had the pleasure of working with DeRay, and he's awesome to work with. So I'm Sapna. I come from the University of Houston Clear Lake. I graduated with my bachelor's in healthcare administration, and then shortly after went on to do my MBA at UT Tyler. My journey, from healthcare into public assistance is kind of a long one, but to make it short, I started off in private practice, doing private practice management, and then went into more of an administrative role in a hospital setting. So in HR, did a lot of project-based work there, and that's how I built my project management skills. Moved to Houston after I got married and landed in a consulting firm who, later a colleague referred me to Tetra Tech, and it was a great opportunity to get into public assistance. I realized from healthcare to public assistance what happened. Actually, my passion was to help communities, to help people. So it was kind of a seamless opportunity for me to kind of jump into this area. Much like DeRay, it was like, what's public assistance? Let me learn about it. I did know that the skills I had acquired in my career or from college would make me successful in my role at Tetra Tech. So things like, providing good customer service, paying attention to detail, just good work ethic, and just knowing that you're going to learn on the go. And those things, helped me grow in my career. So in 2018, I joined Tetra Tech as a data analyst. Really was thrown in deep, learning about public assistance, disaster recovery, was supporting Hurricane Harvey. And then, shortly after moved into a client-facing consultant role, so a public assistant consultant role, where I helped out with Albany, Georgia, recovering from Hurricane Michael. So they were submitting for reimbursement for Hurricane Michael related cost, supporting other, cities in Florida. And currently I am supporting about 114 applicants in the state of Massachusetts that are recovering from, that are submitting for reimbursement for COVID related expenses. Things that I do day to day is, constant communication with my applicants, helping them navigate the application process on how to submit for reimbursement, what type of documentation they need, having them navigate, the FEMA portal, communicating new guidance on, that FEMA releases and helping them interpret that guidance. So, I'm seeing the direct impact in their community as well, just hearing or getting emails or calls from applicants when they do receive funding and saying that thank you so much, you helped us keep our feeding operations going, during COVID, this is amazing. It's really rewarding, I think. It's something that I never thought I would feel in a career, right? Like it's kind of one of those things where you're like, oh, people say you have a rewarding career. This truly does feel good, and I love supporting my my applicants. Right now, I am, with actually the support of my management, I was able to obtain my project management professional certification in 2019, which was a big accomplishment and something that management did, continue to support, and they encouraged me to, provided resources for me to get that certification. And I'm currently on track to become a project manager, which is my career goal, and that I've continued to share with my management to say, hey, this is what I want to be. This is where I want to go at Tetra Tech. So, long story short is just to say that Tetra Tech is a great place for you to be at, especially when you will have the support from your management to grow in your career. You can start off from anywhere, start off from, as a data analyst, and then work your way up. And they're very supportive and very encouraging of that, which is amazing. So yeah, definitely check out the opportunities. I think it's going to be, it's a great company to work for. So with that, I'm going to pass that over to Patrick.
Okay, thank you, Sapna. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patrick Browney, and my role with Tetra Tech, I'm the Deputy Director of Operations for the Harris County Disaster Recovery Programs. I kind of took the long route to get to Tetra Tech. Prior to this role, I served for 21 years in the Navy and moved here to Houston about 6-7 years ago. After moving here, then I attended Rice University, where I earned my executive MBA. And one of the things about Rice, and I would say that a lot of schools have this as well, but where Rice really stood out was they had an incredible networking environment or culture. And it was really beneficial to me to tap into that and really sort of exhaust, all the people that I would come into contact with, because upon moving here, I just assumed Houston was sort of an oil and gas town, and that was it. And it was through that networking, that encouragement, that I found that there is a lot more to Houston. And it was precisely because of that networking. I was at a charity event and was introduced to a guy named John Burry, who through that sort of that effort, that training, the focus on what people do, I started exchanging ideas and thoughts about, hey, what do you do? And then once I found out, started asking him a lot of questions. And really, the more he talked, the more appealing this idea of Tetra Tech and what they did was appealing to me. Fast forward almost a year later. So it wasn't instantaneous, but about 9 months after that, he approached me and said, hey, we had this project. Would you be interested in applying for a position? And so I've been in that role for about a year now. So I'm very new to the company. And what I do is, so one of the things that Christina talked about, one of those events, well, after the contract has been awarded, what Tetra Tech is doing with Harris County is helping to administer the federal funding that is helping to restore communities that have been affected by natural disasters. And so my role is operations, so that's training and process, but my role focuses a lot also on the administrative management, the financial management, and that's really where the MBA came into play. So it's the budgeting of the project, making sure that it's under budget or on budget, and that the cost is where it should be. We're trying to make money, but also more importantly, we're trying to fulfill a mission that has a lot of meaning to it. In this role, I see everything that Christina talked about, all those types of roles, they are on a project like this. We have data analysts, we have project managers, we have people that are in production, communication specialists, trainers, everyone that's coming together that's working with our counterparts in Harris County to manage this program effectively. So those are the kind of roles that I see. Somewhere at the starting level, there are plenty of opportunities. And the one thing I'd like to talk about is culture. Culture is very, very important to me. For 20 years, I was part of an institution that it was easy to get behind the mission. And like I said, one of the things that I learned about Tetra Tech is how important culture is to this company as well. Just sort of leave it with this. If you like travel, if you like a dynamic work environment, if you like challenges every day, sort of a new challenge every day that you have to overcome and problem solve, then this is the type of job, this is the type of industry for you. If you want a culture that is supportive, there is a lot of camaraderie. If you want, a place where you can make an actual difference, then Tetra Tech is that type of organization. Anyway, thank you, and I will pass it off to the next person.
Thank you so much, Patrick, and thanks to everyone who just presented. I don't know about you all, but I'm really inspired by DeRay, Sapna, and Patrick's stories, and I thank you all for sharing your rewarding and amazing experiences while you've been at Tetra Tech. For everyone in the presentation, we really appreciate your time today, and we hope that hearing from our team has inspired you to join us as we work to help people recover from disaster events. Please don't hesitate to reach out through the various communication methods we've provided through this presentation, and have a great day.